Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Join the only official Telegram channel of RAU'S IAS Study Circle to get relevant material and important updates.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Prelims Practice, an initiative of RAU'S IAS, where we take up the prelims related question from the Hindu newspaper and the Indian Express. Questions which have been put up for today's discussion are listed on your screen, and the time stamping along with the notes in PDF and Word format belonging to these questions are given in the description box. So let us begin with the first question for the day. This article of the Hindu newspaper appeared on page first and talks about the upcoming project which is going to take place in the island of Nicobar, where around 130 square kilometers of forest will be cleared to bring a transshipment port, an airport, a power plant and a greenfield township. Now this project is going to impact the environmental status of Nicobar Island. From the perspective of prelim examination, UPSC has already asked a map-based question from Andaman and Nicobar, in which it asked that 10-degree channel separates what? So it's the answer to the question was option A, it separates Andaman and Nicobar. As you can see on this map, this upper part is your Andaman and the lower part is your Nicobar. And this is where the 10-degree channel is located. So as UPSC has already asked a map-based question from Andaman and Nicobar, so based on the same trend, we are going to ask this question. With reference to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, consider the following statements. Both island groups separate Bay of Bengal with Andaman Sea. Now you should have the basic location idea of Andaman Sea in this case. If we go through the map, so on the left side you have Bay of Bengal and on the right side we have Andaman Sea. So both these water bodies are separated by the group of islands of Andaman and Nicobar. So from that logic, yes, the statement number 1 is correct. The second is Coco Channel separate South Andaman to Little Andaman. Now if we go back to this map, we'll find that this is what South Andaman is and this is your Little Andaman. Now both these island groups are separated by Duncan Passage and not Coco Channel. Coco Channel is situated in the topmost position of Andaman Island, and this Coco Channel separates Andaman with that of the Myanmar. So based on that, the second statement would be incorrect. The third statement says that Great Nicobar lies between Great Channel and Sombrero Channel. So let's see this. So this is your Great Nicobar, the southernmost largest island, and it lies between Somber Channel and Great Channel of India. Now based on the entire map discussion, we can easily conclude that option number 1 and 3 are correct, hence your answer would be option C. This article of the Hindu newspaper appeared on page 4 and talks about the new species of crab which was found in a particular state in India. Now such kind of question has already been asked by UPSC. For example, in 2016 they have asked about a particular banana plant species which has a height of 11 meter and has an orange color. Now this unique kind of questions may be repeated by UPSC in the future. Now that species was found in the Andaman Islands. Based on the same, we have created this question. Recently, researchers have discovered an estuarine species, that is the species which is found in the estuarine area of a river, known by the name Pseudohelic anomalae, which survives in the mangroves. So this is a species of a crab which survives in an estuary near mangrove forest. And the name of the species is Pseudohelic anomalae. Now if you have basic understanding of Annamalai region, you can easily find out the answer. So based on the article, the species was found in Cuddalore district of Tamil Nadu. So from that, the answer to this question would be option A, Tamil Nadu. This article of the Hindu newspaper appeared on page 5 and talks about the upcoming private rocket launch project in India. Now this is first of its kind that is going to take place in India, and this is the first time when a private agency is going to launch a rocket. Till now, we have Indian Space Research Organization which is involved in launching of rockets and satellites, including your PSLV and GSLV. So both these rockets or launch vehicles are from the public sector. So based on this article, we have framed a question, and this question also resembles the demand of UPSC as was met in 2016. In 2016, a similar kind of question was asked on a satellite-based current affair, in which the correct answer was neither 1 nor 2. Because US and Russia are not the only one, there are other agencies also like European Space Agency. So first statement was incorrect. Astrosat is lighter one and it was launched in half of what it was given in the option. So the altitude was around 600 and the weight was less than 200 kg. So the answer was D. Now based on the same trend with reference to the private sector agencies in India, consider the following statement. All private space agencies in India are regulated by InSpace. This statement is correct and also mentioned in the article itself. All private launches, and here launches mean rocket launches, are conducted through the public owned launch site only. Now whenever there are all and only extreme words, please pay special attention on that. But in this case, this is correct. It is Sriharikota, from where all satellite launches are made in India. Apart from this, missiles are also used from the Wheeler Island or Abdul Kalam Island. The third statement says that Vikram S is going to be India's first private space rocket. Yes, this statement is correct based on the article. So all the three statements are correct, hence your answer is option D. This article of the Hindu newspaper was published on page 10th and talks about the upcoming defense exercises from Indian Air Force. In 2017, UPSC asked a question with respect to a defense event. This event was based on the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium event, in which the correct answer was option 2, because it was not 2015, it was way back in 2007 and 8. So based on same, we have taken this question in which 4 different exercises and different participating nations are given in the pair. The correct answer to this question would be option B, where we have correct options such as IMBAX, where India and Myanmar takes participation, and Surya Kiran, where India and Nepal takes participation. As far as Indra is concerned, so here it is not India and UK, it is India and Russia. And then in the last one, in the Garuda exercise, it is not India and France, it is India and Indonesia. Given 2 wrong options, we have 2 correct one, and the answer would be option B. Now let us start with the prelims based question from the Indian Express. The first article was published on page 1st and talks about 2 important organizations, that is National Dairy Development Board along with the Farmer Producer Organization. Now government has tried now to bring fodder centric farmer producer organizations or FPOs, which will help the farmer who are producing the fodder to get the right buyers at right price. And this will also help the farmers who demand the fodder to get the fodder at the right price and at right time. The concern was that recently about 25% increase was seen in the price of fodder, and that became a matter of concern to those farmers who are based on the animal husbandry during the lean season or are based on the same animal husbandry in places where agriculture is hard to practice. For example, most of the farmers in the western part of Rajasthan, that is Jaisalmer and Bardmer district, are based on the practice of following the animal husbandry because agriculture is hard to practice. So based on the same, government is trying to bring such kind of program in the future. Now, agriculture based schemes are UPSC's one of the most favorite topic. So in 2017 also they asked the National Agriculture Market Scheme related question, in which the correct answer was option C. Based on same, we have created one question today that with reference to the proposed, yes, it is at a proposal stage. So with reference to the proposed fodder centric farmer producer organizations, consider the following statement. The first one is the scheme will be administered by National Dairy Development Board at national level. Now please go by the logic. As it is based on fodder, fodder is utilized by the animals. So why not administered by an agency which is expertise in terms of animal husbandry? So by that logic, yes, this statement is correct. The second one is scheme envisaged to create one FPO, that is one farmer producer organization at every village. This statement is incorrect because as per the proposal, there will be 10,000 such FPOs created in entire country. However, there are over 6 lakh villages in India. So one FPO, one village is not the criteria. So based on this discussion, the correct answer would be option A. This article of the Indian Express was published on page 13, that is text and context, and is based on the recently conducted Mother Tongue Survey in India. Now, this survey was conducted by Ministry of Home Affairs. Now, mother tongue is based on the linguistic criteria, and linguistic criteria is part of the social fabric of India. And as far as social fabric and the maintenance of law and order is concerned, so it is the responsibility of Ministry of Home Affairs. On the similar ground, last year a question was asked in the prelims in which they have asked that 21st of February is declared to be the International Mother Language Day by UNICEF. The first part of the statement is correct. Yes, it is 21st of February. However, it is not UNICEF. Why not UNICEF? Because UNICEF is working in the field of child development and not the cultural field. UNESCO is responsible for the cultural aspect, and mother tongue or mother language is part of human culture. Hence, the answer to this question was option B. The question for today is that as per the recent report, Mother Tongue Survey of India, consider the following statement. The first one is it is being conducted by the Ministry of Education and Niti Aayog. Now, this statement is incorrect because as we have discussed, it is Ministry of Home Affairs. It also documents linguistic features of selected language, which is obvious. That is a common objective and agenda of this survey. And the third one is that the surveyed languages are grouped into 121 mother tongues in India. So based on this survey, India has around 121 mother tongues as of now. So based on this question, the correct answer would be option B. The last article based for today's discussion was published on page 13 of the Indian Express, that is the explained section. And it talks about an important key term mentioned in the article, that is greenwashing. Now, term-based questions are one of UPSC's favorite. In 2020 also they asked two such questions. We have taken one of them where they asked about that how West Texas Intermediate was in news and how it is defined. So this term was associated with the crude oil at the international market. Based on the same, we have created one question for you. And this is your question number 7 for today. Which of the following statements clearly defines the term greenwashing sometimes seen in the news? There are 4 options. You have to identify the correct one and odd one out the wrong one. The first is removal of forest to create green field project. The second one is reduction in the emission targets through the development of green technology. Presentation of false picture of progress against their climate change, and development of non-polluting techniques of washing in the industrial sector. Now please remember this and listen this carefully. In such kind of questions, you will find that UPSC will give you so confusing and similar options, and in most of the options you are going to find the mentioning of a particular term which will meet the criteria of the term which is asked in the question. For example, over here, option A talks about green field, where green term is used. Even in the second option, green is used. Even in the third option, we talk about the climate change. And even in the last option, we are talking about non-polluting, that is green techniques for washing. But the answer to this question was option C. That is, greenwashing is a kind of practice which is being taken up by different institutions, private organizations, and even by the government, where they try to figure out a technique to showcase that whatever they are doing is to fight climate change. The example which is given in the article is with respect to Volkswagen, which is an automotive brand which violated the emission terms in its European market by falsifying the criteria of the pollution norms of the vehicle that it is producing. So this is what greenwashing is all about. With this discussion, we now come to the end of today's daily prelims practice. Thank you and stay tuned for more updates.